Hello, my fellow sisters and brothers. I'm Eddie Marcus. A moment ago, I was listening to some news, and they referenced the number of people that are on strike. Those workers of you who are on strike, you're on strike for various reasons. Many of you are on strike because of what you consider unfair wages. They are not uh, satisfied. Some of you are additional benefits, perhaps, that you feel you are entitled to. And there might be many other reasons that's added on to that. And as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, it is my objective is to reach out, seek out, and find out what is going on, how the system is affecting people, and negatively, and usually that is can easily be identified by those who are out protesting, their situation within the system. And to be out here on strike basically means that you made up your mind that you're going to do something about it. Many people say you're out here because your union bring you out here. And if your union caused you to come out here, it's because your union recognizes that in order for things to happen, people are going to have to know that you're dissatisfied. And this protest perhaps can be a way of doing just that. However, as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights, when I look out, I'm looking for the best that would work for people who are dissatisfied. And I've heard a lot, but I haven't heard enough. You see, my approach to this situation, ladies and gentlemen, is that $15 an hour as a minimum wage is not enough for whatever additional benefit that you might be protesting for, or as others might say, fighting for, is not enough. You see, my basic idea of it, ladies and gentlemen, is to face the situation from a different approach. My approach is that no human being can claim truly any resources of the earth and be legit. What I mean by legit in this sense, be real. Now, you can draw up some papers, some documents, and claim anything, set up you any kind of government. And that's what we have all over the earth, any kind of government, doing different things, accepting different things. Perhaps women can't drive, or perhaps can't show anything but your eyeballs in public. Uh, you know, just you can't have the wrong color, or one color satisfactory. All kinds of systems set up. Well, these are the kinds of things that when I'm looking to see what your concerns are, I have to consider all of these concerns, because whatever your particular concern is, for those of you who are out protesting, for those of you who are out on strike, even though I thank you for being out here, I thank you so very much for being bold enough to stand up for what your immediate concerns are. But as spokesman and advocate who stand with you, I also bring with me all of the others who are not on strike for whatever the reason. Perhaps they don't have the union. Perhaps they don't have the organization. Perhaps they're just glad to have a job. Whatever that is, I bring all of that with me. And when I bring it all with me, I bring us all together. And to say that, since I see that none of us can claim any of the earth and its resources because we had nothing to do with its being here, and yet each of us need from it, built that way, that each of us would need from it, and each of us that would take from it should engage our hands in the process of taking from it that which we have determined is essential for survival and whatever we desire. And by doing so, we become part owners in all that is made by the hands of man. Now, that is as natural as the sun coming out in the daytime or hiding his face at night. That's as natural as that. And it doesn't require any addition. Our imagination tells us where we are going. Our confidence in who we are gives us courage to stand. And the truthfulness of it all, benefiting all of us to eliminate the pain and suffering where we're all satisfied. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So when you're out here on your protest, I want you to know that I represent more than that for you. Now, I've heard somebody say, I can't make you go for what is best. Truth of the matter is, you're so far from what I just explained. And that the system is not just a system as we suppose. This system is actually set up to do exactly what it's doing. And all of the changes that is trying to be made to take us further away, all of that is planned and strategized. But the option is always available to us to go the opposite direction. We cannot stay where we've been, because it is where we have been that allowed us to sink to where we're being directed. So the challenge for us now is, are we going to go ahead on and sink with it? Or are we going to be bold and daring enough and free enough to fly? And I mean really fly. When I say fly, I'm talking about peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life and the fulfillment of our dreams and the ability to be who we are and loving it. Yes, my friends, never having to worry about a lack of food, clothing, shelter, education, because we got our hands to the plow, doing that which we came to the world to do and loving it. And as long as the power that we can't not see, that embedded all the resources in there, as long as that power is able to do that, and we are able to imagine and want and have and keep that selfish one out, heaven's the limit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you can see what I'm talking about. And even if you're just going to fight for this right now because you figure that this is most immediate, if that's satisfying to you, right on. But don't forget what I just shared with you. For me, my thing would not waste my time on what you're fighting for. What you're fighting for, what you're striking for, is totally a waste of time compared to what you do. But you got to go after what you do, just like you're going after what somebody's letting you believe you'll do. You understand? Now, consider it. Till next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.